It is so cliche, but the moment the sirens kicked on and like the lights kicked on, I was like, yep.
Well, I think, if you're in it to be a hero, I think you're in this job for the wrong reasons. Everybody loves being, praised, being thanked. But like I said, you don't do it for that. You do it to make sure that this world's a better place every day, just a little bit at a time,
90% of us aren't here, obviously, for the money, because we could go do even easier jobs and make a lot more.
Well, I think EMS is not what people particularly think that EMS is really about. We don't always just go on car accidents where there's people seriously injured. Sometimes we go on people because they had a runny nose.
I mean, clearly we deal with a lot of stuff that most people wouldn't deal with on a normal basis or wouldn't even know how to deal with if it was dropped in front of them.
A lot of people just see us come in, pick them up, and don't see what we actually do in the back, from starting our IVs to assessing the patient, the way we run cardiac arrests to breathers to seizure patients.
There are days that I'm tired and I kind of don't want to wake up and I don't want to put my uniform on because we just pulled a long shift the night before. And as soon as my feet hit that truck, I'm excited, I'm happy, I've got a smile on my face because I know I'm right where I'm supposed to be.
People try to spit on us. They try to, try to swing on us. You just have to be aware of your surroundings. You just never know where people's heads are at.
My man, who are you giving the finger to? What kind of drugs? You need to let us know so we can tell the doc.
Cocaine, meth, heroin.
So, cocaine, meth, and heroin tonight?
There's definitely not an unspoken protection. You go into situations and you just have to be smart about it. We're walking around in t-shirts and cargo pants. We aren't walking around with the bulletproof vest. I love the adrenaline side of being out in the field. Driving code 3, getting there with a sense of urgency, but making sure that everyone's safe while doing it. It just is something that it allows me to attach medical to the adrenaline side of life.
I'd be lying if I said that traumas aren't good calls. I don't want to see people killed. I don't want to see people, fighting for their lives. It's what we learned to do and how to help somebody in a short amount of time with the most amount of knowledge that we have.
I guess we say that we're racing the Reaper. We're trying to race the Reaper. In some situations, you just can't.
I really try not to get attached to calls. We get some rough calls where it's hard not to think, man, that family just lost that, that kid, that son. I think what helps me is my partner. I mean, we're able to talk about it to where it's not an issue at the end of the day.
Went to Thanksgiving with
It definitely tears you up as a person. Your outlook on life is a lot more harsh because you almost have to be to survive.
Go that way! Get out of here! There's gunshots coming from over there! Go that way! Guys, everybody stay down! Stay down! Where's it at? We have multiple victims shot fired right at the medical tent. We got one shot in the head.
Where I was actually very, very close to where people were getting shot. I was very, very close. And the first girl I saw, someone tapped me on my shoulder when I opened up the ambulance doors, and I turned around and it was a girl who had been shot in the face.
I also have another female shot, looks like in the mouth.
I look at her, brand new EMT, I've never seen anything like this, and I'm thinking, what the heck do I do for her? Do I suction her airway? She's awake, what do I do? She's breathing okay? And so I just gave her some gauze and I told her, if you can't breathe, come get me, because that's all I could do. And I tried to give her to the paramedic because I didn't know what to do, and I think he didn't even know what to do.
We're making trying to get out of blankets, but I'm running out of blankets here.
And then I think the next patient I had was, I pulled a woman off a truck that had been shot in the head. So, I never held someone limp in my arms like that and looked at someone with blown pupils and her mouth slacked open, and you just can't unsee that. I dream about them. It was all just awful. You know, you can't recreate the fear that people felt. I'd never seen pure fear before, and now I know what it's like to feel it.
You know, I went through a period, obviously, where it was mundane and angry and, you know, that whole burnout and whatnot. Everyone's got to take their own path. Mine was just kind of stepping back and re-evaluating what was more important to me and really appreciating what this job offers.
I think the number one thing that keeps me going is the idea of my future. Being that father that my father was to me. Have my kids go, you know, to their best friends in school and go, that's my dad who's this and this. And I think that would be the coolest experience.
It may not be a big deal to me or someone else, but in that moment for them, it's the worst day of their life. So I like being able to help them in that time.
If I can bring positivity, I like to have conversations with my patients. If they're aware, they can talk to me. I want to talk about their life, see what's going on other than this bad situation that's happening right now, kind of try and take their mind off it.
Bringing patients to the hospital and knowing that they're going to be okay and they have another day to live.
It's a fun job. I mean, you have a lot of fun helping people every single day you come to work. It's always something different, and that you do get to see a direct impact on someone's life. It's the best job there is. I wouldn't want to do anything else.